Thank you for joining us for But Is It Legal? A Creative Approach to OER Basics. I'm BJ Robinson, the director of the University of North Georgia Press.
I'm Corey Parson, the managing editor of the University of North Georgia Press.
And I'm Laura Getty. I'm a professor of English at the University of North Georgia.
Copyright gives exclusive rights to the copyright holder to reproduce, distribute, create derivatives, perform publicly, and display publicly their work. They can also sell or give away those rights separately, either exclusively or non-exclusively.
Even if it looks as if it's not covered by copyright, you should always check, because sometimes there are extensions granted to certain works, and if you're not careful, you might find that something has been granted an extension by Congress.
All of that's happening with open education and OER relies on Creative Commons licensing. And the licensing allows the authors to choose what they retain and what they give away. And the acronyms are there for you to read, so I'll just very quickly go through them. CC0 is public domain. BY is you do need to credit the creator. BY, share alike, is attribute the creator and share in terms of the licenses the creator assigned it. BY in D is no derivatives along with the crediting the creator. In C is non-commercial along with crediting the creator. In CSA, attribution, non-commercial, share alike. And in D, attribution, non-commercial, no derivatives.
You can also use copyrighted works as long as it's considered fair use. For it to be considered fair use, you need to consider 4 factors. Those are the purpose and character of the use, nature of the copyrighted work, amount and substantiality of the work used, and the effect on the market. An example is Harper & Row versus Nation Enterprises. Harper & Row published Gerald Ford's autobiography, A Time to Heal. Nation Enterprises received an unauthorized copy of the book and decided that it might be a good idea to publish an article about the book before Harper & Row published it. Unfortunately, it was determined that Nation Enterprises published the heart of the work, the most important part of the book, which was the Nixon pardon. Because of Nation Enterprises publication, Harper & Row lost a contract with Time magazine, in which Time magazine was to use part of the book and publish an article about the Nixon pardon before the publication of the book. Therefore, it was not fair use because it affected the marketability of the work, and the part of the work was considered the heart of the work.
Another example would be Campbell versus Acuff Rose Music. Acuff Rose Music holds the copyright for the song Pretty Woman. Campbell did a parody of the song and they were sued. The court found that a parody is not an infringement and is in fact fair use.
I have a personal example of an image that a textbook author wanted to use in their textbook. The image was posted online under a Creative Commons license. However, upon closely looking at the image, I saw that there was a copyrighted watermark in the corner of the image. It was so pixelated, I could not see who the original copyright holder was, but what was clear to me was that the person who posted this picture online and attributed the Creative Commons license to it was not the actual copyright holder.
Even when using Wikipedia, be careful and check to see what the copyright is. Wikipedia will show you whether it is open use or whether they are using it under what they deem fair use for their site. Also, with commercial publishing, sometimes even fair use will not be treated the way that it should be. The copyright holder may sue simply to keep control of their material, and we won't name some of the names of the copyright holders likely to do this, but you want to be careful even if it would be an example of fair use.
Do not use a Wikipedia article without attributing it, quoting from it, documenting it as you would in any article that you use as a reference. interspersing your own words without attributing what are not your words, quoting just one or two sentences, claiming all the rest is your own, is not fair use.
Now we're going to play a game I created where we'll give you a scenario and you decide whether or not we can use it. So my co-presenters are going to help me with this, and I will start with the first one. It is a meme. It's a still shot from a motion picture. It's you're using your own words with the meme used in a non-commercial presentation, and the image source is cited. Do you use it or dump it?
I think you use it.
Yes, I can use it because it is a very small portion of a large creative work that is under copyright. I'm using it for non-commercial purposes. I cited the source, and it does not affect the marketability of the original work.
The next example is a meme of a random picture, origin unknown, and you're using this pre-made meme from an internet web page and selling it on a t-shirt, and the t-shirt does not have the source attributed. Can you use it?
Absolutely not.
You're correct. You do not know the copyright holder of this picture, so you can't ask for permission. You're also using it for commercial purposes, which could affect the marketability of the original work.
What about an image that's printed in a textbook from 1956 that the copyright was renewed on in 1984 for use in your own textbook?
I don't know. That doesn't sound right.
Don't use it. Even though this textbook was printed before current copyright law, the copyright was renewed, and therefore you cannot use it in your own textbook as it may affect the marketability of the previous textbook and the image.
How about a link to an image printed in a textbook from 1956, the copyright renewed in 1984, with a link to the image on a reputable website available for use in your own textbook?
I think you can use just the link.
That's right. Yes, use just the link. The website may have contacted the original copyright holder of the textbook and asked to use the image on their website. That permission does not extend to you, so be sure to use just the link.
What about an image that's licensed under CC BY SA 4.0?
I think you have to follow the Creative Commons license.
Yes, you can use it and follow the Creative Commons rules. In this case, you would have to attribute the original creator and share alike.
How about a math formula?
I think you can use it.
Yes, you can use it. Math formulas, data, and other facts like these are considered public knowledge and are not copyrightable.
What about a math problem printed in a textbook that's still protected under copyright for use in your own textbook?
That sounds problematic.
Yes, you need to dump it. Even though a math formula is not copyrightable, a math problem is, because it is seen as a creative work.
How about a map of a creative work showing movements of troops during World War II, has non-exclusive rights to reproduce and redistribute that were granted in writing?
I think you can use that.
Yes, you can use it, but be sure to save the permission that was granted in writing in your records.
And what about lectures, ancillaries, etc.?
I'm not sure.
It depends. How are you going to use it? Think about the 4 factors to determine the fair use of using any other materials. And when in doubt, ask for permission.
And when you ask for permission, be careful to ask for what you actually want to do.
And whatever you do, keep documentation of everything from the content used to permissions saved in writing.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.